Yeah, it's the three blind refs, right? What's that?
It's a three blind refs. I just don't know one Kevin was in.
It's okay. So right now, testing. Yeah, I'm not hearing any sound.
Do we know the wrestlers of today? I guess they're just starting, aren't they?
Go ahead and put the headsets on. Start messing with stuff.
Hello.
Stellar time.
Hello. Hello.
Testing.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Jay Billis.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is where we need to.
Good evening and welcome to Earlham High School and tonight's West Central Conference matchup between the I-35 Roadrunners and your Earlham Condors!
We go.
Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for our guests, number 2, a senior, Katie Carlson. Number 3, a senior, Caroline Glenn. Number 4, a senior, Gracie Kirk. Number 11, a junior, Ella Van Dyke. And number 24, a senior, Avery Ransom. The runners are coached by Jeff Douglas and David Bryant.
Hello.
And now, for your
Test.
Condors! Number 2, listen up for Caroline Horston.
Test.
Number 15, a senior, Andrea
Yep.
What's that?
The new starting lineups are starting.
Okay.
The Cardinals are coached by Deion Gray and Kelsey Hale. Our officials for tonight's matchup are Sam Anker, Jim Crozer, and Ben Applegate. Now, if you would please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Earlham High School for a little West Central Conference action between the Earlham Cardinals and the I-35 Roadrunners. My name is Caden Howard, and I'm here with John Sneller. John, you want to say hello?
Yeah, welcome to Earlham tonight for I-35 in Earlham.
Yeah, so for the I-35 Roadrunners, we've got the starting lineup of Carlson, Glenn, Kirk, Van Dyke, and Ransom. And for the Earlham Cardinals, we got the usual lineup of Harskamp, Sperling, Fisk, and Moore. And the Cardinals will win the tip. Here's Connery at the top of the key. She goes over to Fisk. Looks like the Roadrunners are in some type of zone.
2-3 zone, it looked like there maybe.
Yep, turnover by Moore. Glenn's taking it up the court. She passes over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke to the top of the key to Carlson. Earlham's in a man-to-man defense here. Good defense there by Sperling. Rebound over to Moore. She passes it up to Harskamp. Harskamp to Fisk. And Connery's going to set the offense up at the top of the key. Looks like maybe even a 1-2-2 there.
That's what I'm thinking, a 1-2-2.
Harskamp for a deep three. Long rebound over to Sperling. She goes to the top of the key to Connery. Connery pull-up jumper. No good. Fight for the rebound. Roadrunners got it.
Won by the Roadrunners. Number 24.
Avery Ransom.
Avery Ransom.
Ransom at the elbow. She passes it over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke for three. Got it.
Got it.
And the Roadrunners are setting up their press. You see a lot of girls' teams run this press. They're able to create a lot of turnovers, especially for teams that might struggle with ball handlers. But Earlham does a good job in breaking the press here. Connery over to Sperling in the middle of the court. She's going to get a foul called. She's going to go line for two. Fouls on Avery Ransom.
And we have some famous refs in the house tonight. They run a local podcast, the Three Blind Refs.
Yes, I just heard about that. I just heard about it yesterday and decided to pop in on a little episode yesterday. I listened to their most recent one where they went over kind of the impacts of the blizzard the last 2 weeks, and that was very interesting. I kind of liked their outlook on officiating.
Yeah, I've listened to three of I'm in the middle of the fourth or the fifth one, in which Coach Williamson, the boys coach, will be on.
Yeah, I saw that he's a guest speaker on that, I guess.
Yeah, it is fun to hear their perspective and hear some of their stories they have, because usually refs have pretty good stories.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got Carlson at the top of the key. She's going to go over to Van Dyke. Over to Ransom at the elbow. She's going to go down low to Kirk. Kirk, no good. Ball's tipped around. Fisk got it, but she stepped on the line.
Yeah, toe was a little too long there and on the black line.
That was a good effort by Fisk, though.
Yeah, nice hustle to the corner. I-35 will inbound the ball with
I think that's Glenn.
Glenn.
Yep.
I got to get both their rosters up here. No, I got it. I just. Oh.
Right here. Right here.
Oh, there we are. See, Mr. Howard here was prepared today. And
I believe that was a shot by Kirk, rebounded over by Sperling. Ball's on the ground. Moore's going to pick it up.
Step through out to Harskamp for 3. Bang.
Got it. And the score is now Earlham 5, I-35 3. Earlham setting up their press. Harskamp and Connery trying to set up a little trap there. They're not going to get it, and it's going to be out of bounds on Harskamp.
I-35 with Glenn.
Yep.
Inbound the ball for I-35.
Carlson at the top of the key. Looks like they really like having Ransom at the elbow. I don't know. I've seen a little bit of her playmaking. Saw a good pass there on the last possession, so they really like her at the elbow. Steal by Connery. Moore's going to push the floor here.
Nice push by Darby Moore to attempted the pass to Sperling, but got knocked out of bounds on the way in there.
Yep, and we got a couple subs coming in here for Earlham. We got Olivia Nixt and Avery Fagan coming in. I believe they're coming in for Harskamp and Moore.
Yep.
And I know Avery's been battling a little elbow injury after, I think it was last Thursday when I heard she took a little bit of a fall.
Yeah, what happened there? I
don't know. I believe it was at the ACGC game.
Okay.
I just heard today that she was kind of getting it looked at, and I see that she's kind of wearing maybe, a copper fit here sleeve.
Sure.
Olivia Nixt for 3. It's going to go off the front rim to Ransom. Ransom's going to get the rebound, fall, and it's going to stay with Earlham.
A little bit of contact there, no call, but yeah, out of bounds off of I-35, Earlham ball.
So we got Fagan going to go to Connery at the top of the key.
Connery trying to get things set up and directed. Connery dribbles over, throws it into the student section. It's a nice job there by Lexi to save her nachos.
Yeah, I was going to say, she saved the food from spilling. And there's been a couple of turnovers for both teams so far. Just a couple missed passes and, just trying to see what the other team's running for a defense. I think I-35 is trying to get into a 1-2-2, and Earlham's just trying to figure out the best way to attack it.
And Earlham's in a man. And there's a foul there on.
No, I think they called a timeout. I think they gave a timeout.
Oh, did they give a timeout to I-35? That's what it was.
30-second timeout.
Earlham shouldn't have rust, but they could be tired.
Yes, absolutely.
They have 4 games this week, coming off, 3 or 4 games last week.
Yep.
Had a game Saturday, so they really haven't had much time to practice.
Absolutely, and they had a game last night against a very talented CAM team in which the final score was 72-45. I believe that game was a little bit closer than the score indicated.
Yeah,
I know. Then they had a game Monday. They had a game on Saturday against a very, very good Nottoway Valley team, and they had a game Madrid on Friday and ACGC on Thursday.
I went over that Nottoway Valley game, and they were down big early, and they came back and ended up making the game and only losing by 6 points, I believe, 6 or 7 points.
Yeah.
They made a nice comeback. Darby Moore had about 22 or 23 points in that game and hit some big threes.
Yep, she had 21 and 4 threes in that game.
Yeah, she hit some big threes to get them back into that game.
Ransom with a really nice pass over to Kirk. Kirk's going to miss the layup, and we got a foul called on. Did you catch what number that was on?
Moore got the rebound, the foul, and she got foul coming up the court on.
I believe that's on Glenn, number 3.
Yep. Fagan to inbound the ball to Harskamp. Harskamp with the 3 on the pass from Sperling, no good, but Fagan the rebound. Darby Moore with the ball out front.
And anytime you can run a really good zone in girls basketball, it's going to really help you defensively. That was a good take, and she's going to be called for the charge. That was a good charge taken by, I believe that was Avery Ransom.
24.
Yep, that was really nice. She was in position, clean, and it was a good pass and a good cut there by Darby Moore, but it was just better defense. So we've got Glenn taking the ball in. She's going to go over to Kirk in the corner. Steal by Harskamp. I don't know if she got it. She did keep it there.
Harskamp did get
Fagan,
it.
great idea going to Olivia Nixt, but ball was just stolen. We got a jump ball, and it's going to go over to I-35.
Yes, I-35 will retain, or not retain, but get possession on that.
We got Glenn taking the ball out again. go over to Kirk, and Harskamp does a good job making her run up the sideline, not letting her reverse the ball across. Now we got Glenn directing traffic a little bit, making sure that the offense is in the right spots here. Going to go over to Kirk. A little bump over by Darby Moore, and I believe that's going to be her second. So
is that Moore's second?
Yep, I would imagine Coach is going to have to go to a sub here just to get her out for probably the last part of here, this first quarter, and then maybe the back end or the first part of the second quarter.
Hopefully we don't go with the Fran McCaffrey method of subbing and sitting him out on 2 fouls, but that is an early 2 fouls.
Yes, it was. The fouls are 2-2 here for both teams. Ransom's got 1 for I-35, and Glenn's got another. We got a 3 by Van Dyke.
And that bank is open.
Bank? Yeah. I didn't know the bank was going to be open at 6:43, but it is open for Van Dyke. Fagan dribbling it across. She's going to go over
only
to Fisk.
For large deposits.
Only for large deposits. That's a good one there, Sneller. That's a great save by Olivia Nix. Connery's going to go over to Fagan, back to Harskamp. Harskamp with the bank. She was trying to open it up as well. Rebound to Glenn. And right now it's been a low-scoring game. Some good looks, but a lot of threes attempted between both teams so far.
Yeah, neither team is really getting it inside and had any really good looks inside. And when they have gotten inside, there's been pretty good defense set up for a charge there. And there's a tip ball. Harskamp ahead to Nix, and Nix is going to go lay it up. And one. And fouled from behind, and one.
That was a great take, good pass as well. We've got Olivia Nix at the free throw line here. Score is 7-6. Earlham is up with Olivia Nix shooting 1. And it's good. It's going to make it 8-6 with 2:28 to go in the first quarter. Here's Van Dyke dribbling it up. Olivia Nix picking her up full court. Over to Kirk. Ransom posting up on Connery down low. It's good defense. Kirk with a little floater, maybe a little fadeaway jumper there. Rebound to Connery. Connery's going to push the floor up to Fagan. That's an absolute dart there. Fagan finished right over Van Dyke. Makes the score 10-6.
Yes. That was a nice pass, and even better catch over the top there.
Absolutely. Glenn's taking it up. There's Kirk. Over to Carlson. And I think they really want to get that Ransom girl down on the block. I mean, she's calling for it down low over to Connery, and Connery's going to get called for a little bit of a bump there.
Yep.
And Ransom is actually I-35's leading scorer with 10.5 points a game, and she also averages just over 6 rebounds a game. So she's definitely a good ball player down there for her.
Probably their number 1 target, main option. Here's the inbound pass. Glenn's going to inbound the ball.
She might get called for 5 here. It's very close.
Oh, and yeah, they do. They got the 5-second call. That's good. Good defense on the baseline out of bounds there by the Cardinals. Inbounds the ball in the corner to Fagan.
Fagan's under pressure. Steal by Glenn. Good pass up to number 15, Olivia Phillips. Phillips, I think was that a pass over to Carlson, or was it just a loose ball?
I think it was could have been a loose ball pass.
Harskamp's going to bring up the ball. It's going to get reversed a couple times. Now Connery's got it up. Sperling with a deep 2. Got it.
Got it. Nice shot by Sperling there.
Here comes Glenn bringing the ball up with Harskamp on her. Harskamp does a really good job in forcing people to their weak hand.
Yes, I would agree.
Here's Ransom bringing it up on Sperling.
Ooh, that's a tough call. I thought she was straight up. Maybe she got.
Well, Ransom really used that pivot foot pretty nicely and used a shot fake as well.
Yes. A minute left in the first quarter. 12-6 Earlham. There have been 4 fouls on Earlham, 3 fouls on I-35.
Ransom's going to miss the first one, found the front end of that one. And Olivia Nix is coming in for Avery Fagan.
I keep wanting to say the front end of the one-on-one on some of these,
yeah,
but they don't have those anymore.
Yes. It makes it a very interesting end of game for coaches now, because you're not fouling. You're not trying to find, the worst free throw shooter and trying to foul them for a one-on-one. You're trying to foul somebody, and hopefully they miss both,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there's a foul, kind of a reach on number 11, Van Dyke. Ella Van Dyke picks up the foul as Connery was dribbling it up the sideline.
Yep, so we got 4 and 4 for both teams. That means the next foul will result in 2 free throws, just like you were mentioning there with the 1 and 1. Except now, under the new rules, it's 5 and 2 free throws. Here's Fisk at the wing. Connery at the top of the key. She's going to go over to Harskamp. Harskamp, short corner shot, in and out, no good. Rebound to Olivia Phillips. Phillips to Glenn, and Glenn's going to take it up.
And I don't think she was looking. 15 wasn't looking for that pass. Fisk with the steal. 15 is, Phillips.
Yep. And I would imagine Earlham might save it for 1. This is about a 1-second differential. Nope. Fisk is going to throw up a 3. Short end. Rebound to Ransom.
That was a quick shot, but nonetheless.
It was very close as far as the game clock and shot clock differential there. Van Dyke for another 3.
No good.
Ransom, rebound, and that's going to be 2 on Olivia Sperling.
So foul trouble could come into play here as we got 2 people.
2 on Moore and 2 on Sperling.
2 on Moore and 2 on Sperling.
And you got 1 on Connery as well. So you got the people that are mainly responsible for guarding that block or that post, especially against Ransom. You got those people with, you gotta at least consider them being in foul trouble. So now we got it 12-10 with 6.8 seconds to go in the first. Clock's running here. Harskamp to Connery. It's going to be stolen. No, maybe not. Maybe not. That might be called a travel, and the clock's going to run out. Yep, she did roll, and that's actually a good point. These refs, that last podcast that I was listening to, they were talking about that exact same situation of where a girl kind of dives on it, kind of slides into it, and it's not going to be called a travel until she officially rolls over.
Yes.
And what they said was, that she was changing that pivot foot. So
was that the Fools rules?
I don't even remember what they were talking about. They got on that topic because they were talking about some fans being upset at them.
Yes.
And they were talking about, how,
there's 5 seconds left. So they did call. I guess I thought
So I think there should be maybe 0.5. I don't see. I thought it was at least, 4 or 5 seconds ran off the clock before, that travel was called. Yep, we got 0.5.
0.5. All right. They put 5 seconds up there, and I was confused. We were all confused.
Yep, so we got 0.5, 12-10. Here, Earlham up. It looks like Kelsey Hale, the assistant coach, is helping the clock get set at 0.5. And just an inbound there.
That's all they really could do. You can't really do much with 0.5 seconds left. And at the end of the first quarter, it is Earlham 12, I-35 10. Kind of a sloppy first quarter there a little bit.
Yeah, I think there was quite a few just loose balls, kind of tipped passes. And Earlham's been cleaning up their turnovers. If you look back at the ACGC game, there was a lot of turnovers in that game. Even 41, but against Madrid they really cleaned it up nicely, and I guess Nottoway Valley, that was a very talented team.
Yeah,
and you said you were there, and they only had 28, which is still a lot, but it's much better than against ACGC.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you look at the last time these two teams played, this was earlier in the year. I believe it was December 19th. And the Earlham girls were able to come on top with a win 62-41 at I-35.
Yeah.
If you look at kind of the leading scores from that previous game, Rowan Fisk had 16, Darby Moore had 11, and Avery Fagan had 11. And for the I-35 Roadrunners, you had Avery Ransom with 14, and you had Gracie Kirk with 9. And the leading scorers here for both teams right now is Olivia Sperling with 4 for the Earlham Cardinals at the end of the first quarter, and Ella Van Dykes got 6.
For I-35.
Yep. So here we go. On the court, we got Avery Fagan, Kenna Harskamp, Lily Connery, Olivia Nix, and Darby Moore for the Cardinals. And we got Van Dyke, Glenn, Kirk, Phillips, and Van Dyke, and no Ransom on the court. Carlson's on the court.
Oh, that was a nice pass. Nice, they're kind of collapsing down that middle and not really giving us anything inside, forcing us to, maybe shoot from outside a little bit more.
Yeah, and there was a good steal by Olivia Nix and good pass there from Harskamp. Right-handed layup off the back end there. Harskamp rebound, no good. Darby Moore fighting for it. She's going to save it. Oh, referee just let it go. And I think Carlson thought it was out.
I think she thought it was out, and it kind of stuck between her legs, and they ended up getting the ball. I-35 did.
There's another steal by Olivia Nix. I think she tipped it. Harskamp was able to grab it.
Both teams have had struggle, kind of, like we said there at the end of the first quarter, had struggles hold on to the ball.
You see here Connery on the left wing. Connery, great hustle there. She's not going to get it. Van Dyke with the steal. Van Dyke attacking the hoop on the right side. Van Dyke right-handed layup. No good. In and out. Rebound over to there's a couple offensive rebounds there. And I think that's going to stay with I-35. I thought it might have gone off I-35's Van Dyke.
A lot of missed layups, a lot of missed close shots here.
Especially to start off the second quarter. We're about a minute 20 into the second quarter, and we got 12-10. No fouls called, so pretty clean start. Here we go, Ransom at the top, or dribbling over to the top now. She's matched up on Connery. And that was Kirk with a long shot there. Rebound over to Olivia Nix. Fagan over to Connery. Connery, a little shot fake. Back to Fagan. Back to Connery. Connery, short corner shot. It's good.
There we go.
And I think they've had a couple of those shots to fall so far. I believe Olivia Sperling had one of them, Harskamp, and now Connery.
Sperling a little bit farther out, but yeah, they've hit a few of those shots in the baseline.
Deep three there by Carlson. It's good.
That's going to make it 14-13 at the 6-minute mark.
There's Connery advancing it up to Moore. Moore over to Fagan. Good job of breaking that press. Here's Olivia Nix. Deep three. Got it.
Olivia Nix says, I'll match you a three. That makes it 17-13.
Yep.
Earlham. Number 11, Van Dyke with the bite in the corner. Ransom through her hands.
Darby Moore's got to be careful there. And they're going to call it on Olivia Nix. I thought Darby's got to be careful there, not getting one, just going for a loose ball because she's already got two.
Yeah, that's the first foul on Earlham in the second half, or in the second quarter on
Olivia Nix.
On Olivia Nix, yes.
So Van Dyke to the line, 17-13, 5:24 to go in the second quarter. Van Dyke's got it, and she's got her 7th point of the night so far. And Van Dyke's only averaging 4.1, so this is a really good game for them as far as I-35 getting a lot of points out of somebody so far here in the first half. Van Dyke's got 8 now. 8 out of the 15. Van Dyke, a very good free throw shooter. Shoots about 71% on the year. That's leading their team. Fisk bringing the ball up against Glenn. And now this zone almost morphs into a 1-3-1. There's Darby Moore with a 3.
Darby Moore picks up where she left off at I guess that was 2 games ago. Forgot we had a game last night.
Yes, but Darby Moore been shooting the 3 ball very well.
Very well.
Here's Carlson dribbling it around. Over to Kirk. Kirk on the block, left-handed layup, no good. Great rebound by Connery. Connery's going to push the ball, trying to attack, and got a foul there on Carlson.
Got a little bit out of control, and but did pick up the foul and go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and you mentioned Darby Moore. At Nottoway Valley, she hit 4 threes, and at the game before against Madrid, she was 3 for 4 from 3 as well, and she's shooting 42% from 3 on the year, which is very good for a girl shooting 42%. That's incredible. So that's really good out of a sophomore. Here's Connery. I believe Connery made the first, right?
Yeah, she made the first one, knocked it down, 21-15. One more from the line for Connery. Second one up and good, 22-15 at the 4:45 mark of the first half, or second quarter, I guess.
Here's number 12, Cora Keller.
Cora Keller.
Keller's bringing it up on Fisk.
Around Kirk. No, Glenn.
Yep. Harskamp's guarding Glenn, and good tip there. It's going to stay with I-35, and we got a sub in. Olivia Sperling is going to come in for Olivia Nix.
Yep.
The little Olivia exchange there.
So Olivia Sperling's got 2 fouls as she enters the game, and there's going to be a full timeout called by I-35.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, and if we take a look here during this break, if we look at kind of the conference standings here as the postseason's getting close, I believe that the postseason matchups here for both teams are coming out for on Wednesday. And we've got Panorama leading the West Central Conference here with an 18-0 record, and Des Moines Christian 15-1. Those are two very talented teams. Earlham stands at 6th in the conference at 8-7, and then I-35's in 10th at 3-9. And this conference is very talented. You got Panorama, who I believe is ranked number 2 in Class 2A.
That sounds right.
Yep, number 2 on the last rankings. And then you got Des Moines Christian, who I believe is ranked in Class 3A as well, and ACGC is a very, very talented team as well. So the top 3 here are very talented here in the West Central. Both these teams are just fighting for some good seeding come the postseason.
Yeah, both those two teams are the topper state tournament qualifiers last year.
So we're back in action, 4:20 left to go. 22-15, Earlham up. We've got Van Dyke over to Glenn at the elbow. Had a screen from Ransom, she rejected it. Layup no good, tipped around.
Kind of a fight for the ball.
I think this is going to be a shot clock. No, they're going to have it reset. There was a little bit of question on possession there, and who'd they get there? This is going to be big if it's on Olivia Sperling. That might be her third. Yep, it's going to be her third. And that one was a little iffy. It looked like she was maybe a little bit out of control, maybe falling away, but.
And a little bit of a loose ball situation there.
Yeah, and I mean, these refs said it perfectly on their podcast yesterday when I listened to is they're not going to get every call right. They try to get majority of them right. Not saying that one was wrong, but from our view, it might have looked just a little bit iffy. They're going right at Olivia Sperling, and Ransom's going to get a layup. Trying to get Olivia Sperling potentially, I believe that was Olivia's third that they just called, but the scores table hasn't updated yet. Now we got Rowan Fisk for 3 after a great pass from Connery.
Yep.
And she got it.
25-17 at the 3:40 mark of the second quarter. Harskamp defending on the coming up the court.
See, they really like that elbow entry to Ransom, and then they're looking for that backside after, Connery went over and helped, and they're looking for that backside block. So here's Harskamp bringing it up over to Connery. Connery's going to drive in. She's going to go in, and she's going to get a block called, and I believe that might have been on Ransom. If that's on Ransom, that's 2. We'll see what the ref says. No, he's going to call it on number 12, which is Cora Keller.
Cora Keller, yep.
Here's Taylor Rogers checking in for Lily Connery.
That must not have been her third foul. I think Coach Bray would have had her out of the game.
Yeah, I think so as well. So I don't know who else it was charged to.
Harskamp with the ball over to Fagan. Fagan finds Rogers. Rogers misses the short corner jump shot there.
Rebound by Van Dyke. Van Dyke over to Glenn. Glenn's going to take it up. There's a good drive. Glenn with the assist over to Ransom. Ransom with a left-handed drive and finishes through a little bit of contact. And as you saw there, I think Fagan was a little bit worrisome about coming over to help because Ransom's so good at that little dish down to the block.
You're absolutely right. 25-21 at the 2:45 mark of the second quarter.
You got Van Dyke entering the ball in. Earlham's going to set up their press here. Glenn's taking it up against Harskamp here. And she's going to go over to Cora Keller. Over to Ransom. Ransom looks like she traveled, and they got her on the travel. That was a good defense by Olivia Nixon. The double team was coming from Avery Fagan on the backside. So right now, I feel like it's been a little bit of a cleaner second quarter. I think both teams are slowing it down just a little bit. You watch Glenn kind of bring it up for I-35. She slows it down a little bit, and Harskamp's been slowing it down a little bit for Earlham as well.
Well, and Earlham's handled that press a little bit better this half or this quarter. That's where they turned the ball over a couple times on that press in the first quarter.
It's a little fadeaway kind of jumper. Rebound by Ransom. That shot was by Harskamp. Over to Van Dyke, deep 3, got it. Van Dyke's on fire. She averages 4, and she's got 11. Fagan's bringing it up, 25-24, minute 59. Harskamp, good save there, back to Fagan. Fagan, great dish. Oh, went right off Fisk's hands. Van Dyke dribbling it up. Cora Keller, shot, no good. Ransom, big rebound there. She misses the layup.
Fisk with the rebound.
Fisk bringing it up. She's going to go over to Harskamp. To Olivia Nix. And now this kind of looks like a 2-3. I think they've kind of been morphing it. I haven't been seeing the coaches' calls here, but they've kind of been morphing it to a couple other ones. And that's going to be a great call by that official. Cora Keller didn't let Rowan Fisk land there. He just kind of took out her legs just a little bit. There wasn't a bump on the hands, but just on the landing.
Because what's the rule? You're a shooter until you hit the ground?
Yes. Yep. You got to let the shooter be able to hit the ground. And there's some calls, I've seen it in college a little bit, where if that shooter kind of kicks the leg, that's an offensive foul. I think I was watching the Kentucky-Texas A&M game a couple weeks ago, and the shooter kind of kicked his leg out, and that's initiated the contact, so that's going to be called an offensive foul. But that was a great job of Rowan Fisk going straight up and down. She missed the first one here, but she's got the second one.
Misses both of them.
Good rebound there by Gracie Kirk. And over to Glenn. We got a minute 15, 25-24. Very competitive game so far. Over to Van Dyke. Over to Glenn, to Ransom. They're going to get a foul there on, I believe it's probably on Olivia Nix. Yep, they're going to call it on Olivia Nix.
All right.
That's 2 on her. So those people that have been reliable on guarding the blocks are in a little bit of foul trouble here.
Yep.
That's
Ransom's
good.
first free throw's up and good.
Makes it a tied game.
Yeah, it was Earlham was ahead 25-17, and they've gone on a good 8-0 run here with a chance to take the lead of this free throw.
You hear the students yelling there, and Ransom's able to knock it down. 26-25, I-35 up, 1:05 to go. Harskamp over to Fagan. We had a couple subs in there for Earlham. I believe it was Moore and Connery that came in. Fagan over on the wing. It's going to hit off Olivia Nix's head, and I believe that is Carlson with the steal, and Glenn's going to take it up with 50 seconds to go. About an 18-second differential there with the shot clock. Deep three by Carlson. Short. Good rebound there by Olivia Nix.